Welcome to my mess. I'm really behind here. Time for me to just stop and catch up. You know how it is sometimes. Things get away from you, or maybe you have a few days when you just don't feel good. You've got appointments, and yeah, that's happened to me. And I like to keep my room up because if it's dusty and things, it affects my sleep, but I just haven't. And I need to change the sheets because it's gotten cold. I need flannel sheet, all of that. So I thought that we could talk, and I want you to notice something. No matter where I go or how I lean, you can see me. That's because I'm using my new camera for something like this for the very first time. And it's got to follow me. I bought myself this nice little microphone so that no matter where I go in the room, you can hear me. And we have some things we're just going to talk about because, you know, that's what we do while we're cleaning. I can't stand the bed being messy. So just to give you a little update. So I've had reflux for many years. I have been choking when I eat, sometimes when I drink, even sometimes when I try to swallow spit. And it will go into my windpipe. And then, of course, when things go into your windpipe or start to go in there, you start coughing, choking. Well, that's what's been happening to me. I mentioned it to my doctor, like my ENT, a couple of times. And he'd look in there, well, there's nothing that would cause you to choke. My ENT had ordered this swallow study. But because I keep choking, he thought, well, let's see what's going on when you swallow. It took me a couple months to get going in that. Oh no, camera, I'm up here. Man, am I gonna make you dizzy? I hope this is not gonna make you dizzy with all of this. And I'm supposed to be rotating it every couple weeks since it's new, and I realized I haven't been rotating it. Boy, this makes your bed so much more comfortable. My friends told me how to do this, you guys, and I am so wound up about the camera, I forgot. If you raise the head and the feet of these kind of beds, there, then it's easier to do this kind of stuff. So I got one of these frames from Amazon. Compared to what you pay elsewhere, it really wasn't very much money. Changing things out on my bed is not one of my favorite projects, but I like it when it's finished. Anyway, about this choking thing. So I had the swallow test yesterday. I found out two important things. The left side of my tongue is weaker than the right side of my tongue. The lady who does the test is a speech pathologist, and she said, do you find yourself stumbling on words? Do you find yourself dropping the end of words or skipping words? And I was like, yes, I do. She says it's because your tongue is weaker on that side, and so it's not always cooperating. So I was like, okay, well, at least I know I'm not stupid. It actually is happening. And then the other thing I found out, I have some strictures in my esophagus, some narrowing. So you have the top part. I've got a stricture there. Then your esophagus is supposed to look like this, like a straight tube, and mine is going like this. And you could see on the x-rays where like the pill that they give me or whatever food or liquid would kind of get stuck in there, and even water would get kind of stuck. They'll want to do something quickly. My doctor had retired, so I called the office and talked to a real person, and she got me in with another gastroenterologist on Tuesday. I have a pretty good idea what they're going to do, but I feel relieved to know what's going on, just to know. There they are. And pill cases. But I also wanted to talk to you about something that comes up quite a bit on my channel, which is A Simple Life. What I didn't know when I renamed my channel Towards a Simple Life was that the minimalist had co-opted the word simple. And so we have so many people, they'll come to my channel, they'll assume that I'm talking about minimalism, especially when I'm decluttering, but decluttering to me is just, I'm getting rid of excess stuff and stuff I don't want anymore. You know, maybe stuff I've bought too much of, but I am not trying to be a minimalist. And I keep saying, I'm not a minimalist. But the reason I have to keep bringing it up is because I've used the word simple. When I changed it and was thinking about a simple life, I was thinking about having an uncomplicated life. It's more of a mental, spiritual thing than a belongings thing. It may be that the number of belongings is lower it might not mean that. Where is the other sheet? I've got the pillowcases. Oh, I just put on the sheet. Let's see, I need to put the blanket back on. This is how intensely I have thought about this topic. So it might be that I'll have fewer stuff, or you'll have fewer stuff. I mean, that's completely up to you. You know, what works for you is what works for you. You might get to a point in your life where you just really don't want many and you downsize and you've decided it's best for you and your family. You might not be at that point. You might not get to that point. But you just have to know, when you come to my channel, you're not going to hear me say, you can only have one plate. You can only have one pie pan. Oh, you need to get rid of all your stuff and then you'll be happier. You're not going to hear me say that because that's just not where I am. I'm not faulting people that are in that place. That is their choice. That's what works for them. That's what they want to do. That people that feel that way enjoy channels where they're doing that. And I think there are people who enjoy both. They enjoy mine and they enjoy the other kind. This is going so much faster in my brain to have you with me. It's like more interesting, but I'm like, got my pillowcases. They're getting kind of yellow. I guess I need to try bleaching them. I don't like yellow pillowcases. Maybe I'll want to buy some more, but right now I will really enjoy this once it's done. Okay, that's done. I am going to go put this sheet in the laundry room, so I'll be right back. I looked up the word simple. Oh no, my chair. Look. Oh no, the top one's starting to do it too. I need to get my husband this weekend to screw this together because it's getting worse. I decided to look up the word simple because I am kind of bugged that the minimalists have co-opted this whole thing. To simple means to be uncomplicated, easy to understand or plain, but it can also carry negative connotations of being unintelligent or naive. Positive meanings: uncomplicated and easy, plain and unadorned. That's probably where the minimalists are getting their idea. Although, I don't think you have to get rid of everything. I mean, you could say that I am dressed plainly today, modest and unassuming, having a humble or unpretentious manner, sincere and honest, free of guile and deceit, ordinary or content, finding joy in the basic pleasures and an uncomplicated life. Bingo. That is what I was thinking, because sometimes I complicate my life to an unrealistic level, just wanting to do so many things and think about things that I don't need to think about and worry about. So just finding joy in the basic pleasures and an uncomplicated life. To me, it is more of a mental and spiritual thing. Like, here's an example. He enjoys the simple pleasure of spending time with the family. Other meanings are basic or fundamental, such as a simple machine or a simple truth. Simple truths to me are that I'm a child of God and Jesus Christ is my Savior and I love my family, and those are things I'm thinking about. I think, to me, if I'm focusing on I have to get down to nothing, or I'm acquiring more and more and more, which is where I've been in the past, then I'm focusing on possessions. Whether I have a lot or few, I'm focusing on possessions. To me now, I just want possessions to be just around, and if I'm enjoying them, I keep them. If I'm not, I get rid of them. If they're in good shape, I can keep them. If not, I can get rid of them. But I don't want to sit and focus on them. When I say towards a simple life, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see, simplify. We're going to pick up some of this clutter that I've got going on here. And by clutter, I mean just junk that I've sitting around that I haven't put away. I'm not getting rid of them. I just am putting them away. A simple life, to me, is what's happening inside. If you're living a simple life, then doing simple things like changing your bedding is rewarding. Cleaning your room, making a meal, spending time with your granddaughter playing a game of cards, driving around, going to a park. These are all just simple joys. Reading, they're just simple joys. Even though it might not seem to you that I have simplified my life yet, it is far simpler than it was 2 years ago, because I'm coming more and more to this place of stillness. I'm not there, but I'm getting closer and closer, and you're seeing me move there. You will see that I am getting more content with the way things are. It's not bothering me that I have to do certain things. I get feeling bad when I can't do everything I want to do, but that is just a result a lot of my health problems, and I'm getting more at peace with them. This is where it is. This is what it is, and that's fine. I can be happy with this, and everything doesn't have to be perfect. Everything doesn't have to be great. If all I can do today, it's like I have planned to do all of this, it's really okay. I enjoy talking to you. I always get so many books piled up, and this one, I keep showing you this Brain Games, Enchanted Forest, my sticker thing, and I put it everywhere in my bags, everything, trying to remember to do it. Maybe I'll do that today. I need to put my glasses back on. I take them off when I'm first talking, otherwise I get glare. And the question is, do I want to keep working on these books right now? Man, that's one thing that really bothers me since I got long COVID, where I forget what I'm doing. Okay, I need to put this back. I started to feel discontent that I couldn't see my face in the camera. Gotta put this away. I feel like this might be the craziest video I've put out in quite a while. It is cool that you can hear me. Oh boy. Gotta love that, don't we? I'm gonna give up and go get another garbage can. Garbage bag. Is there anyone you know on YouTube that gets this awkward? Look, this is what I do all the time. I have these notebooks, and I write these good ideas in them. Oh, look, I have pages and pages of them here. Oh, wow. Look at all those ideas. I mean, lots. I think there's some good ones in here. Here's a good one. What 60 years of life taught me about simplicity. Unseen dust, the forgotten corners of your home. Why my good enough home still struggles. I think that's a good topic. But I forget. Oh, I forget to look. These are good topics here. Managing my home when life gets tough. We should talk about that again. How I learned to love the body I'm in. The joy of strategic no-buy periods. I just did one of those in September because we were forced to. Yes, this is October, September. I need to do another. Then we've been spending a lot of money in October for things that we needed to buy in September. But we've had the money to buy them in October. So there's that. Hello. I think I got lost. I keep piling stuff up. I have all these little places by my bed where I put things. I pile it on there. Then I have these bags, and I'm like, I'm going to try to remember that all the books I'm reading currently are in the bags. Then I forget to look at the bags. Am I the only one that does this? I suspect not. Okay, that is a book I've decided that I'm going to donate. So I have a donation bag. I should go get it. This is the easiest way to clean your fan, and you don't get all that stuff coming up all over the room. Of course, I learned this on YouTube. Okay, that's done. Dusting the walls is just something I recently got into doing, and I find that I sleep better. So I just use a Swiffer with a damp microfiber cloth, and I am not too technical about what I'm doing. Just quickly go over it. Oh, I found something else I need to donate. That doesn't work with any of my cameras. I'm not being too technical about it today. Sometimes I'll really clean it really well. All right, now I've just... This is something I should donate to. I used to use it all the time, and I don't, and it's just always in my way. And by that I mean I'm constantly knocking it over. Anyway, when I got into doing this, I was really surprised. Dust will accumulate on your walls. You would think, well, it's a vertical surface. But no, it sticks to the walls too. Woo, be careful. What happens when I come over here? I think I went too far. Okay. I have lots of art of Jesus Christ around my home, don't I? Somebody said to me one time, "Why, every corner you turn, there's a picture of Jesus." And I'm like, yeah, there is. I'm kind of into that. It's just something I do, and ta-da, that's done. I'm not trying to make some kind of statement, although it does, just by them being there. And the only question I ever had about it is when I started YouTube, I wondered about that because I noticed so many people don't. And for like 5 seconds, I thought, should I take down that art and put other kind of art? I'm like, no. I enjoy it. It's my favorite thing. Why would I take it down? And people who are offended by it, they can just go find another channel that they're not offended by. And I don't even think about it. Like, I'll be standing here talking to you. I stand here because it's good light. I'll stand over on the other side of the room because it's good light. And I really don't think about the fact that I have a picture of Christ in the background because I'm just used to it. So, there you go. That's the story of that. Now, we're going to dust the room. Okay, let's go over and do this area. I got to take this back. It's something I bought from Amazon. It needs to be returned. And this came with, I don't need this. Oh, maybe I do. Maybe I should put this in the car. See, that's what I need to stop and do. Because I was like, I don't need that. And then I realized, no, that goes with this thing I got. These are the other microphones I bought before I bought this. This goes downstairs. So my granddaughter, last year and this year, I'm having to stop and talk myself through decisions when it comes to things I'm going to keep, because my snap decision is get rid of that, throw it away. And that's where I make mistakes. And it's just because at that second, my first reaction, I can't remember what it's for. And then if I can't remember immediately, okay, I have this here because I need it to move files from the camera into the laptop. This is the wrong kind of cord. This is the one I use with my little old iPhone. I didn't used to have to sit there and talk myself through it. I have this here because I need this every time I move files from, from this new camera into here. I wonder, then it wouldn't bother me. That pencil's too big. No, it's fine as long as it's turned back there. You see this? Avery's been coloring on my desk, and I always keep a magic eraser around. Get this stuff off. She loves to color and draw, and then she gets it all over my desk. The magic eraser gets rid of it. I made a video about this, where you can put your worries so they don't bother you so much. You put them in that little dot and keep your concentration out there. Things that you can't control, you just mentally go, put them in the dot, keep yourself out there, and it really does help worrying. Today, I will be happier than a bird with a french fry. Ooh, this is dusty. Now, somebody pointed out to me I should not have this in this room, and I agree. I just don't have anywhere else in the entire house to put it. My son is in my office. That's where his bedroom is. And if he ever moves, then I can set my office up again, and it will leave. Okay, let's go over here.